The High Tech Nomad here, and today we're going to take a look at my top 3 choices for video editing for YouTube. Now I say YouTube, but obviously I mean any video project that you might be working on. Now, if you've seen my videos in the past, you know I like to go into a lot of detail, and from the comments that I've gotten, and please keep those comments coming, you guys and gals like that approach, so that's how we're going to proceed. So this is going to be a long video. I might even break it up into 2 parts. We'll figure that out afterwards. Now, in order to show off my top 3 picks for video editing, we're going to actually do 3 projects because that's the best way to do it. We're going to create a trailer for a project I'm working on called The Eyes of Steel, which is a crazy road trip video that I'm working on with a friend. We're going to create an opening for a Japanese thriller called Simu, or in English, Det. And then we're going to create an opening title and the first scene for a science fiction epic called Scarron. So obviously we're going to need content in order to do these projects. Now obviously you have a lot of content already. I have content, you have content that we all have license to, because we're the ones that we're the creators, so we have legal standing with that. Now I do want to take a minute and talk about copyrights, because this is so important, especially when you start doing YouTube stuff. This is really important. So I'm going to cover just a couple of things because it is super important. The first thing is that you really want to be aware of is that YouTube is very strict, especially if you're creating a video that you're going to monetize, meaning that you're going to try and make money off of. It's all automated now, and there are systems out there, and they scan, they listen to your video, they look at your video, and they look for images, and they listen for things. And basically, like baseball, you get 3 strikes. When you get 3 strikes that are either not removed or 3 strikes that stick, they will shut down your YouTube channel. So you have to be very careful about the additional content that you might use in your videos, whether it be an image, a picture, a sound effect, music, etc. So where do we get, even with all the content that you shoot, or I should say, even if you have like the radio playing in the background when you're working on a video, you can get into trouble with that. So when I first started getting into this, I started saying, okay, I need to make sure I have stuff that I don't have any issue with. Now, there's a couple of free places out there. One of them's archive.org. However, as you can see, even from their own website, they're saying, look, some of the stuff we have is Creative Commons. You can use it, and some of it isn't, and you're going to have to search for it the right way, and you got to be careful, because if you use the wrong thing, you're going to get into trouble. There's a number of different websites. Pixels is another one. I like it. However, again, they may have something in here that is claimed by somebody else. And if you get a copyright strike, then you have to go through this big, huge thing and say, well, they got it over here, and so on and so forth. So I ended up going with a company called Storyblocks. And Storyblocks it actually used to be 3 different sections, and it still is as far as the services they offer. They had video blocks, Storyblocks, image blocks, audio blocks, blah, 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 blocks. All right. So they offer video, images, and sound effects and music. And the reason I went with them is because, first of all, they're going to give you a customized license. So once you sign up for their service, even if it's for the free service, by the way, and I'm going to show you how to do that. They actually have a service that you can try for 7 days. Well, we'll get into the links down the bottom. We'll get into that. But anyway, they're going to give you a license that says you are all set. You can use this stuff. You can make $1 gajillion off of it. There's not going to be any problem. And they even have a $20,000 indemnification section saying that even if somebody does try to say something, they'll take care of it, and then they go through a bunch of other stuff. Now again, they wouldn't do all this if they knew they were going to have a problem every 15 minutes. So I know that anything that I use from Storyblocks, I'm all set on. So I don't have to worry about my images, I don't have to worry about my music, I don't have to worry about my sound effects, my video, etc. So we're gonna get into that. So with that being said, this is where we're going to go to get our additional content. So let's talk about editor number 1. So the first editor is Magisto. Now, some of you might be saying, wait a minute, Magisto's not really an editor. It's kind of like a collage video maker. Two things about that. The first thing is that they have actually added some editing features to this on one of their higher levels. On the business level, they do now have editors where you can go in and you can tweak things. I like Magisto because of the fact that it will take stuff and throw it together and get me a piece. So let's take a look at this Eyes of Steel project. So the Eyes of Steel project is me and my friend Ryan Steele. We travel all over the world. We go to nightclubs, we hang out, and we do stuff. The amount of content that I have for this particular project is enormous because we tape everything because we don't know what we're going to use. So when we go on a 1 or 2 day trip, I end up with maybe a terabyte of video, which is obviously insane. That's too much. That's much too much to have. You can see just on this, this is our trip to South Beach. So I want to create a 30-second or 45-second trailer talking about how we're going to be doing, how we are going to be coming out with the episode for South Beach. So how do I get a 30-second trailer that has the different pieces that I need? Plus, there's a ton of material here. Well, that's why we use Magisto. See, Magisto is really good because Magisto will scan. We can throw 1,000 different videos at it and 100 different pictures, and it will scan through all that and use its AI to try and say, well, this looks good, and I like that piece, and this is okay. And so that saves me a ton of time. The other thing is again, as I said, I have like a terabyte worth of information, and it's going to, when you go create a video with Magisto, which we're going to do in a minute, when we go to create a video, I can either upload it or I can reference data that's already on my Google Drive. That is so great for me because the data is already up on the Google Drive, so I don't have to worry about downloading it or is it sitting on my phone. So I throw my 1 terabyte of stuff up there, I click on Magisto, I go have at it, and it will put together an entire piece. So we're all set as far as that goes. So this is going to be great. That's why I say this is a great tool to have. So in order to do this project, we have all of the video that I shot and the images that I shot, but I'm going to need a couple other things. I'm going to need some music for our 3-second piece, and I might need some additional video because, for example, the video I shot in the nightclub isn't, I'm going to have to do a lot of post-production on that, and that's just going to take time, and I don't want to do all that. So where do we get content for that? That's where the audio blocks, story blocks, image blocks comes in. All right, so let's go to story blocks and let's look for music. So I'm going to actually say, so we'll say nightclub because we want some kind of a cool nightclub feel to it. It's going to be, I need it to be at least 30 seconds, 29, 30 seconds. And I really don't want it much more than 30 seconds. So we'll pull that down. And we got a couple of different ones here. Let's widen this just a little bit, I think. Because we got like 4 or 5 choices. And we'll pull back just a little bit on that. Okay. And here are, so we have a couple of different pieces, so we can click on that. Oh, let's turn that down just a little bit, sorry. That might work. Let's hear that again. Okay, so I can kind of, what's this one over here? Okay. I can probably use that. Okay. And the way that that works is I just go ahead and I click on MP3. And as you can see, it's already downloading it. Let's say open folder. Okay. And you can actually go and add them to what they call albums so that when you find music that you like, you can keep it for later use. So it was that easy to find some. All right, so we've got the audio that we're going to use. Now I want to have a little bit of, and as you're going to actually see up top here, they're saying, you know, based upon the fact that I have an annual subscription, I get all of this stuff for free. It's all unlimited. I can make as many downloads as I want. That based upon the downloads that I've made, I've already saved $3,000 as if I had bought each one of these separate. So if you don't have a subscription, then you have to buy each one of these separate. But I have an annual subscription, and again, I'll have a link down the bottom. And spoiler alert, it's like $100 for the year. Okay, so it's a really good setup. All right, so we have that piece. Let's look for. We're gonna need some video. Just a nice little filler piece for the video. So let's come on over to video and see what we have. And we'll say nightclub here again. And we'll just quickly take a look at what's available for here. Oh, 2 DJs at a party. Let's see. Okay, and that's 15 seconds. And again, you can hover over that and it will show you. I'm just going to double click so that we actually have it right away. Let's see what we got. Okay, all right, so that's cool. All right, so we have a choice of downloading it as an MOV at 34 or an MP4, which is 18. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna download that. Okay. All right, so we're gonna take these 2 pieces and we're going to throw them into a folder with everything else that we have for this project. And that's, I'm going to talk about, I have another video that's coming up that talks about how I have my folders set up and how I have them going back and forth. But I will say this, what I basically have is I have a folder on my phone, and that folder is constantly updating and changing and moving things around automatically. I'll show you how to do that later. Moves it up to Google Drive, moves it up to Dropbox, because some programs use Dropbox and some programs use Google Drive. So anyway, they stay synced all together. And now we have everything there. So now we're just going to go to Magisto and pick our pieces and have it created. So let's go take a look at Magisto. Okay, so again, one of the great things I love about Magisto is that it's going to pull the data right from my Google Drive, so I don't have all of these different issues with moving data around. So let's go right to the folder we need, which I call Movie Lot, where we save our productions. I'm going to go to In Production. I'm going to go to The Eyes of Steel, and now we're going to pick some images. So I'll take this one here. 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 I will take that one there. I will take, we need some video to go in there. Oh, that's our Sobe talk. That's fine. Ryan passed out. That's always a good one to have. This one, this one, this one. We're going to need our DJs. Where's our DJs at? Our DJs are in here somewhere. All right, we'll add our, oh, the little beach one here. And the 2 DJs at night. Okay. So we'll go ahead and select all those. So again, I don't have to sit here and wait like, oh man, I gotta wait while this up. It's already got them because it knows where they are. It's gonna laterally move them in the cloud. So now it says pick my style. They've got a whole bunch of styles that they go with. They have a Let's Party, possibly. Let's go to the next one. Oh, EDM. Okay, that's fine. So we will select that style. Select editing style, so that seems to be fine. I can live with that. Now it has music. And again, some of their music is music that they give you, but you can't use it for monetized pieces. So again, it's just easier to have a service that you can pick your stuff from. You know it's okay. You know there's not going to be any problems. So that's why I use audio blocks. So let's come back over to here. Let's go to Movie Lot. Let's go to In Production. Let's go to The Eyes of Steel. And where is our Up All Night? Okay, so that's the music that we're going to use. So we got our music. And I'm not going to put a title in because I'm going to put our own title in the beginning and the end. I don't like when it does that, but you could certainly do that. Now you see it says that the length of time is going to be 1 minute 45 seconds. It will fade out at the end. Let's just take a quick look and see. I think that was like 30 seconds, 32 seconds or something like that. 38 seconds. Okay. So I will uncheck that. I will pull this down to 36 seconds. I will leave it at 38. We'll live on the edge. Okay. And click on Make My Movie. That's it. That's it. So it's going to scan all those, take those pieces, and then sync some images and some video and some things all together up with that music. So I'm going to pause the video. Takes them a while. Takes them 10, 15 minutes to do it at least. However, it's not a big deal. Again, I don't have to sit here and watch it. It's doing that all up in the cloud. I'll get an email. So through the magic of radio, I'm going to just pause this now and come back when they're done. Okay, so 40 minutes later, it has our video. Let's take a look. All right, so we're made. We're in South Beach. So Miami, the South Beach, Miami. So isn't that a drink? It is a drink, okay. But it's not related. It's all, okay, I see.
We're being unhealthy.
So they actually, this is 2D, so they can't turn around. So all they get to see is this. Okay. So we'll have to shoot some video. You're facing this way. And we actually know, you know what then? Oh, screw that.
Oh yeah, because it's like you can tell.
Right, because it's dangerous. Right. Now, I don't know about you, but that's fine for what I wanted. I did not have to go through all of the, I didn't have to go through all of the video. I didn't have to put in the pictures. I didn't have to try and sync it up. You saw they added some special effects. That's what I'm talking about when I say I love Magisto for these kinds of projects. Quick, easy, simple, done. I got a nice trailer. I will add an ending to that with the logo, and I will be all done. So that's why that's my number 3 pick for video editor. So that's going to do it for part 1 of our 3-part series of my top 3 choices for video editor. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Part 2 is coming up right after this, so please stay tuned. And we'll leave with the final full cut of the Eyes of Steel promo trailer. All right, so what's that? So we made it. We're in South Beach. So Miami, South Beach, Miami.
So
isn't that a drink?
It is.
It is a drink. Okay, but it's not related. It's all okay. I see.
We're being unhealthy.
So they actually, this is 2D, so they can't turn around. So all they get to see is this. Okay. So we'll have to shoot some video. You're facing this way.
Beach, the pool.
And we actually know. You know what then? Oh, screw that.
Oh yeah, because it's like you can just tell.
Right, because
like
it's dangerous. Right.